Hello there, welcome back to more Sonic Riders. You can just call me Stent. It's been a little bit, so unfortunately I haven't really had much time to put much practice in for these missions, so there may be a fair few more retries compared to what happened with Storm's missions. In the meantime, however, we can have a little bit of a discussion on, say, the new Wade Whipple show that just came out, which, of course, somehow I completely forgot about. Anyways, Waves missions. We haven't selected this yet, so... okay, just going right into it. Now, much like, these are basically just the same as Storm's missions, except where Storm's missions took place on all the Team Sonic tracks, these take place on the Team Babylon tracks, so... expecting these to be a fair bit tougher. Like here, for example, 14 or more points. Fairly certain Night Babylon doesn't have that many chances to actually get points. Also, as you can probably tell, there's a fair few more obstacles here to watch out for. I mean, not just including the cars, there was a few mines over here, but on the plus side, we get to play as Benui for these trick missions, which, at the very least, does bring a smile to my face. No idea as to whether or not we're going to be able to get this on the first try, however, so we'll just try our best and try to avoid these mines in the process. Yep, that was a bad one. Anyways, the Wade Whipple show. Admittedly, I haven't really seen all that much of it, aside from just particular scenes which have been pointed out to me, and of course various words of mouth from various fans here and thither. Some saying that it's harmless, others saying that it's essentially... from what I could tell, it's everything that I didn't really like about the Sonic movies. The overemphasis on human characters, the rather overt product placement, which I've heard in the Knuckles show is especially bad. Like at one point in the Rock Opera episode, just... Iblis at one point just comes out promoting Facebook. I mean, it's not said to be Iblis, but given the name drop Flames of Disaster, and it's a fire demon, it's Iblis. Which, to be honest, I did kind of find hilarious in the fact that, not bad, that girl's ability to handle such a shoddy gear is so well is impressive, but no one's paying attention to me. Yeah, it's one of those things, really, where you really have to feel bad for Silver fans, because they're just not getting anything. Okay, junk collection. Almost forgot what I was supposed to be doing here. I'm hoping this won't be too difficult. If I can actually not get knocked off by any of the geometry. I feel aside from the... okay, so you basically need to go on the top route. Okay. Okay, just need to get my bearings a little bit, unfortunately, so please bear with me. Almost thought I wasn't going to get that one. I'm just thinking in terms of what I would have wanted to see from a Knuckles show. Obviously I wasn't really expecting much, but what we did get, I will admit, was a little disappointing, despite that. I'm just thinking, with all the rock opera stuff and the funny Ken Penders puppet, I can't help but think we got that instead of stuff to do with Rouge, or the Chaotix, or Mecha Sonic, or the Egg Robos, or anything you'd normally expect of Knuckles. And instead we just got the Wade Whipple show, which I'm gonna be honest, Wade Whipple, even from the first movie, he was my least favorite character of the bunch. Still don't have enough for any of these, unfortunately. As I'm thinking, we probably are on our way to at least get one of these. Well, let's look at this mundane task as something more appropriate for something like Storm. Okay, get through within 60 seconds. I'm guessing it's the same as Storm's missions where I have 50 seconds to get gold. Thankfully, we're on the Blue Star 2 for this. Sonic finally remembered. I will admit, well, during my time off I was sort of thinking of what my own pitch for the Knuckles show would be, and it's... Obviously I have to be at least somewhat realistic about it. Well, I say somewhat. Most of it would just come down to add more of the characters that we came to see. Nobody really came to see the human characters, which... Given the reviews the Knuckles show has been getting, it's kind of worrying, because... in the sense that it could end up just green-lighting to Paramount that, yeah, it's okay to just have a whole bunch of human characters just bumbling about on the screen with the occasional Sonic character showing up, which... obviously, nobody really wants. Just... even thinking about the kids who grew up with the original movie, they're mostly just there for the funny cartoon animals and not some weird human characters. Honestly, kind of reminds me, and I'm fairly certain a fair few other people have mentioned this, Kangaroo Jack. Also, I completely went the wrong direction there. Because Kangaroo Jack, I'm fairly certain, at least from what I remember, was a lot of that sort of thing, where they really marketed it about being this funny kids film with a funny kangaroo and... okay, so I can just boost through these ones. Yeah, just a funny movie about a funny kangaroo, and the kangaroo was hardly in it. Which is kind of baffling when you think of it like that. Of what I could tell was, well, Kangaroo Jack wasn't exactly the most well-received of films. I'm hoping at least there's one more at the end here. Nope, I'm gonna have to restart that. They really are banking on you just sort of getting all the cars out in this sort of freeway area, aren't they? But it does sort of make me wonder what exactly they're going to do with the rest of the series, because it feels like they've sort of already picked up all the best stuff. Like, we got Sonic 3 and Knuckles for Sonic 2. We have Adventure 2 for Movie 3. Kind of wonder whether or not there's really any properly good narratives that they can really pull from, especially from what they've been given to work with, which I'm fairly certain doesn't include Unleashed, but does include 06 for some reason, which would have thought they'd want to just not touch 06 with a barge pole ever, but apparently not. Okay. Try to keep your speed over 140. I remember these missions being particularly tricky, so it may take me a couple of tries. I know for certain that you can't afford to go over the thing here. You can't afford any mess-ups, that's the best way of putting it. Like, you see there, I hit the car, immediately failed. If I hit the barrier here, I immediately fail as well. Really can't afford any mess-ups on these particular missions, which makes them, I'm fairly certain, some of the hardest. Possibly. Can't exactly remember the point requirements of these ones either, so you're gonna have to bear with me, unfortunately. So in terms of what they have to work with, weirdly enough, riders was included in that as well, which, okay, but somehow I managed to get through that, but I don't have enough air, so we're just gonna have to restart. This may take a little bit. I mean, the closest thing I could think to them doing something with 06 now is maybe mixing 06 and CD, have that be all the time travel stuff. Like maybe we have Silver, Metal Sonic. No idea how I managed that. Also didn't mean to quit out, so gonna just have to get into the groove of it, unfortunately. And not rely too heavily on the tricks, because that'll obviously slow you down a fair bit. You gotta admit, this particular part of the level is pretty cool, how you're just bobbing and weaving through all the cars. Fairly certain I've already mentioned that before, but thought it was worth mentioning again. No idea how you managed to do this whilst keeping up enough air. I'm guessing you're just not supposed to boost. Just sort of rely on the boost pads to get you through. Suppose we can try that. Gonna have to concentrate a little bit here, unfortunately. Thought that was too good to be true. I have had sort of a knack for wanting to sort of theorize on what could be in the future movies, but recently I've been questioning whether or not that's worth even doing. Well, that's probably just me and my sort of prior experience of being disappointed in this series. I know it's sort of a downer topic to go into, but I've been at this for over 20 years, just waiting for a game that was just like Adventure 2, and now I've sort of come to accept that that's likely never going to happen. Obviously, I'm still open to hoping and such, but I can't help but feel that that probably won't be happening anytime soon. Like, not even an Adventure 3, just a game that's just plays just like Adventure 2 did. With a spin dash and such. I'm fairly certain you can even do something like it within the confines of a game like Frontiers, having it more momentum-based. I know I said the M word, but it is kind of true. Honestly, with, I suppose this game being a fairly ubiquitous example, this, and especially Dream Team, I can't help but feel they could learn from in terms of level design, making it a bit more skate parky-ish, where you have all sorts of set pieces like grind rails and ramps and such, and tons of half pipes for which you can build up momentum for. Honestly, I feel the skate park approach could be, at the very least, a fair bit of fun to try out. Also fairly certain that boost pad was a trap. Now, it's kind of weird. I was actually kind of thinking, considering Jet has like 10 pages of missions, splitting that into 2 parts. I'm thinking I might actually have to split this into 2 parts, given how long this particular mission is taking. I feel it wouldn't be so bad were it not just for these cars. It's so easy to bump into them and lose all your speed. It's kind of annoying. Okay, just gotta get across the finish line now. And hope that I can get a medal. What do we get? Yes! That took way longer than I was expecting. I think it almost took us no time at all to get through Storm's missions. Now, here we are, just up on the second set. I hope this isn't sort of a an omen for what comes for the rest of these. I will admit, though, definitely dreading Sky Road. I don't particularly have many good memories about that. Hey, John. We're just in the second set of missions. Only now. I'm hoping that I still have ample opportunities to build up tricks. But I suppose, on the topic of just waiting for a game that'll never come, I have been thinking a little. It's just, especially with the more recent sort of Helldivers controversy, which I'm hoping is getting resolved. The thought has occurred to me that there's just like a lifetime's worth of games which came out before. Stuff like live services, always being online, microtransactions. There's so many games that came before that which we could just be playing instead and not have to buy a new game ever again. I don't know if it's that. How can an amateur like that pull such amazing tricks? And I mean, the fact I'm playing Sonic Riders right now, it sort of is emblematic of that, I believe. I'm thinking I may end up just sort of veering more towards playing older games on the channel. You know, since they're more guaranteed to be good. But we'll just have to see about that. I mean, obviously, I was planning on playing Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited at some point, which is just a revamped version of Sonic 3 with a whole bunch of quality of life improvements, which I feel stuff like that may just be what some people end up going more towards, even with fan releases or mods or such. Also, where is this last thing? Oh, there's that last thing. It's weird. These junk collection missions, by comparison, are super easy. Alright, I completely forgot you also got rings from these, adding to your total count, so we can actually eventually buy something at the end of this. Like, these first 3 missions are the sort of easy ones of the bunch. Of course, the neat thing about the fact that it's power-based this particular course, it means I can abuse the fact that I am a power character to just get a whole bunch of boosts. And completely miss that shortcut, even though it probably isn't a shortcut. I know I'm fairly certain I mentioned Riders DX at some point. I do definitely want to try that out in the stream, like a sort of a mini showcase once I'm done with all the missions here and unlocked everything there is. I mean, most of it is just just locked behind the shop as soon as you clear certain prerequisites. Like story missions, let's say, beating various types of stories, clearing the missions, etc. I'm fairly certain once I beat both these missions, I'll probably unlock something in the store. Okay, more air riding. I'm expecting this is going to be... I don't think this is going to be as crazy as the one in Splash Canyon, but I am looking forward to seeing nonetheless. As it feels... I was going to say it feels kind of weird, the fact there's just nothing at the start, but that's how these mostly go. Just don't have to worry too much about performance, just gotta get in the rings. I think this one's... No, we just go through as normal, which is a little bit of a disappointment. That felt good. And that's all the ones for this mission, thankfully. It's weird, it's like, all the other missions so far, aside from that 5th one where you have to keep up with a certain speed, all of them have been super easy. I'm just hoping that maybe it was just a case of that particular mission we went on was just particularly bad. The fact that you had to bump into all these cars, so... Okay, reach the goal with over half your air left. I know these ones, and for these you get the air tank, which is a gear you can buy from the shop. Basic goal here is to just hit all the air capsules. Also find it kind of neat that you just sort of start off with little to no air, sort of really hammering it home. That you really shouldn't be doing too much to waste excess air instead of just... Like right here, for instance, you basically just have to avoid them normally and just try to build up as much air as possible in between. Actually, is the... Oh yes, it is. Oh yes. And I think that's the only time we use air in this particular stage, except, I mean, at least in excess. Yeah, it's weird. These particular missions so far seem kind of easy, it's just... You gotta make sure that you cross the line in time is all. I'm pretty sure that's like 99%. Well, there's a substantial amount at the very least. 96%. Some awful mechanism is making it... Yeah, here's to do something weird with our gears. Yeah, that one was... that one went by weirdly quickly, which is kind of a relief. Anyways. Here we are back in Ice Factory. I remember this one also being particularly rough with its missions. Somehow nailed that. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Of all the jet tracks, this one has the most ample opportunities to land tricks. At least for the first half. Otherwise, you just sort of sat here, just trying to boost through to the end. I almost forgot just how easy you can just burn through your air. At the lower levels at the very least. You just look at it, look away for 1 second, and it's just gone. What do you mean that was only 1 point? Anyways, here's where we get the last of them. Bang. I think that might have been the easiest one so far. I mean, aside from all the mines, so... Needless to say, Waves missions are harder than Storms. Sort of goes without saying. That actually does sort of remind me, the last time I played through this, fairly certain I already mentioned this before, how I just went back and did all the missions after each level was beaten in the story, which... Not sure if that's 100% recommended, but I did it anyways. So yeah. Pretty much expecting the treasures to be through here. So I've got to admit, I do quite like the aesthetic of the non-ice parts of this level. It does sort of remind me of just sort of high-tech base settings that you'd see in like mid-2000s cartoons. I know that's kind of a weird comparison, but that's just the what immediately comes to mind. Also, I remember that particular jump being particularly rough for some reason. Anyways, I think that's all of them. Yeah. Simple enough. I don't want to say it's just that I'm super good at the game, because I know I'm not, but I guess it's just because of the fact there's just a whole bunch of missions that I just never had the sort of will to go through it until I was much older. Reach the goal within 75 seconds. Who am I playing as? Actually landed that. No idea if that's going to help me, but then nonetheless, also the fact that you can just get hit by that robot whilst you're on the rail. And I suppose, to be fair, it's a fair bit more crowded here than usual. I suppose it's fairly par for the course for these missions. I will admit, though, I really do like the design of the Blue Star 2. Just something about the fact that it just has the two jets on the back just really sort of make it stand out to me. It looks nice. That probably wasn't worth doing. Come on, just get around the corner. Alright, did I mess that up? I didn't mess it up, hooray! It just makes me think, if I can actually get zero gravity to work, I can't help but wonder whether or not I'll be inclined to do the missions there as well. Because I have even less experience with them than with this game. Okay, just destroy 9 or more robots. That's 1 robot. That's 2 robots. Somehow missed that robots. I don't know, just for some reason I keep saying robots weird. I think it may just be, honestly, the first place that I think of is the old Mega Man TV show, Hanna-Barbera, the way Dr. Light always said it. Robots. I'm sure there's also some other people who say it like that as opposed to robots. Which honestly does make Robot Nick sound a lot more funny. Also, how do I keep missing this particular robot? You're not making me look good, game. I mean, I know that's part of the course, but... There we go. Weird there's not one round here, though. Yeah, I'm guessing they're all just in the fan here, which... I will admit, in terms of set pieces, this is probably one of the most memorable ones. The fact that you just blast through this big spinning fan. I suppose that's one thing in general I sort of miss about this series, just the big set pieces, like... Ones that immediately come to mind, the, basically all of Wing Fortress, a lot of the levels in Sonic 3, with stuff like the aerial bombardment on Angel Island, the lava chasing Marble Zone, the Orca, running down the building in Speed Highway, the Avalanche in Ice Cap and White Acropolis, the gun truck, obviously. I mean, obviously, with the way the cyberspace levels were set up in Frontiers, I get that it would probably be difficult to make that sort of thing work, but I feel you definitely need something to make the cyberspace levels feel a little bit more memorable, as opposed to just being, oh look, it's just with more of the... I knew there was a robot there and I still missed it. Like, oh, there's actually memorable stuff in these little side levels, as opposed to just being rehashes of levels you've already played in better games. Like, even in Unleashed, with all the various segments where you're just chased down by various different types of badniks just lasering you, and you have to jump over and sidestep all their attacks, and even I remember those at the very least, like the one on Empire City where you're just running across the bridge, or the end of Rooftop Run. This is another thing that really reminds me of much better levels. Also, fairly certain I missed that one. Apologies for the quality of gameplay, by the way. It's just... Again, just getting used to this. I do feel I'm getting better each time, though, which is good to say the least. Not sure what Mission 5 is, I'm hoping it's more bearable than this. I guess in terms of set pieces for Frontiers, they really went hard with just the Titans being the set pieces, which is cool and all, but now that they've sort of gotten it once, it's sort of something we'd expect, so... I can't help but feel for the next game they're going to have to amp up the spectacle factor just to just to go with what people would expect of Frontiers. And I will say, going back and playing it again with just the normal physics, it just feels so off. Just the fact that you just seem to stop almost immediately. It's probably not the most noticeable of how you sort of expected to play, which is just holding down the boost trigger and just watching Sonic go, but as most people have probably pointed out, it's not exactly the most natural feeling thing. Especially with the homing attack delay. I do feel I have to play it again on the channel at some point, though under what form I'm not entirely certain. I'm probably not going to do Final Horizon again, or at the very least not the entirety of it, because needless to say I didn't really like it, but I wouldn't really mind playing the vanilla game again. Because I've played it a couple of times just for getting the 100% completion files, and I did have a fairly good time with it. Just the general sort of gameplay loop. It really is like everyone says, it's a solid foundation for something better, which I know a lot of people may not be the most happy about, me included, about the fact that it's just a $60 promissory note. That the next thing will be better, trust me, but I can see some people being on board with the next direction it goes, but me, I'll just have to wait and see, which is basically par for the course of my history with the series. Or as you probably couldn't tell, this mission's getting annoying as well. With the fact that the robots themselves are just very small targets. Really gotta be dead on with these fellas. No idea how I missed that one. Just gonna need to concentrate a little bit here. There. I was gonna say, I kind of forgot the context of this level already. Just, I guess the robots are going out of control. Something. Knuckles just happens to be here. Suppose speaking more about the Knuckles show. I'll just say, with regards to the Knuckles show, if that's the sort of thing we can expect from the straight to Paramount Plus streaming series, I don't think I want any more. Obviously there's room for improvement, but it's clear that for this particular series, the main prerogative is just humor, which I've heard being compared to Paul Blart Mole Blarp. Never a good sign. That one in particular is the most annoying. Not even sure how long I've been on this particular mission. I'm already thinking we've been here too long. There we go. I feel like I've gotten that particular part down fairly well. That's the annoying thing though, isn't it? Just the fact that you have to go for all of this just to get back to where you were originally. Okay. I think the most annoying thing there for that particular part was the ice. Just the fact that if you don't have it dead on, you just sort of veer off in a completely different direction. Finally done with that one. We'll just have to... You know what? I think I could potentially just do a fair few of Jet's missions and the other half of Wabe's missions if it comes down to that. Okay. Just, grab rings. Grab rings. Seems simple enough. Obviously, I'm guessing for the gold we need to get like 100. And not touch any of the bombs. Honestly, this one doesn't seem so bad. Just gotta make sure you get up on the higher routes. And there we go, 50 rings already. Kinda forgot the gold medal requirements already, but I'm guessing 75, maybe 80. Yeah, it did seem kind of wishful thinking that the 100 ring monitor would still be there. We got 85, so hopefully that's enough. This doesn't seem so bad, honestly. Alright, give me the gold. Yes, give me the gold. Finally done with that. I remember... Right, White Cave. I remember there was a particular air ride section in this particular level, which was annoying. Hopefully, it won't be the case this time. Well, this one seems fairly simple, at least at the moment. Just gotta hope that there's actually places for me to do tricks. Because from what I recall, there aren't really many places to do tricks in this level. It's just the start and the end. Maybe the half-pipes, which... There were no half-pipes. How fortunate for me. Actually, I'm thinking there may be a trick to this. Hold up. Because I remember in here there's a particular set of things you can potentially jump off of. Maybe. Perhaps. Maybe not here. Maybe it's a little later on. Maybe I didn't need to take the fly rings after all, and there's half-pipes right over here. Nope, no half-pipes. Just have to be sure I nail these particular three, which... It means I gotta stop being greedy. But that one's fairly easy to nail, even after I messed up like that. Can't help but wonder whether there actually is a trick to this. Or there's just a hidden set of things around here which I can use to garner more points, or whether or not I'm just sort of stuck at this particular juncture. Yeah, just gonna play it safe there. And then just do that. Bang. Okay, that one wasn't so bad actually. Okay. I don't remember. I might be remembering this wrong. Okay, I am remembering this wrong. I'm fairly certain there was one which required me to do the grind rails, which, needless to say, the grind rail at the start of this particular track is a nightmare. It's so precise, and you can easily just jump off and fall to your doom. It's not a great time. Yeah, fairly soon we'll just have to go through here. Oh, that one is scummy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that one again, okay. I think I remember that one now. Because I remember at some points there were some treasures which were in very tight corners like that one. I think Sega Illusion is another one. Could be wrong. Then again, I don't actually remember too much the missions of Sega Illusion. I'm guessing they were just some of the more simple ones. Got that one somehow. Okay, second try's good enough. Nice. And here I was thinking we'd have this done in an hour. Actually, sort of forgot about the hour time limit, to be honest, given how short the story modes were. Kind of surprising how short they were, actually, in hindsight. Fairly soon I have to be fairly dead on with these. Not the best start. I think we can still make this work. Okay, so we are just going this way. For some reason I thought there were just a whole sort of different set of caves here. Maybe I'm wrong. Kind of notice there's an awful lot of emphasis on tails in this particular mission. Alright, nice, nice. That one didn't seem too bad. Yeah. That also kind of reminds me, actually, it's something that I was thinking of with regards to the movies, but wasn't entirely certain about. With regards to the Babylons, since Riders is some of the source material that they're allowed to go with. Oh, okay. Actually fight with Wave, okay. So there was a rail grinding segment in this. This is going to be fun. It's sort of brought on this small Furry. It's probably not the most watertight, but it's something I couldn't help but wonder. What if Longclaw and the Owls are Babylonians? I know it sounds kind of ridiculous me saying it out loud. It's something couldn't help but sort of muse over. Also, that particular rail here, very cheap with the camera. Also, that one. Maybe I'm just thinking of Green Cave with the air riding. This seems a little bit more on I'm gonna restart. Can't help but feel that one's a little bit of a trick. Like that particular one in Sand Ruins. Gotta say though, in terms of Sonic soundtracks, I don't know. Can't help but feel that the more I listen to it, the more... Whilst they are certainly memorable, I can't help but feel that, especially given the rest of the series portfolio, this particular set is kind of weak. Probably gonna have to toy with that one a little bit. I just realized with all these assets here, like where it says Link, the way that's been bit crushed wouldn't look too out of place on the DS. I'm just gonna say it. Somehow managed to nail that. I'm not even sure if that was what you were intended to do, but I'm gonna take it anyways. Heck yeah. And now we get to fight with Wave. Hit her with one or more attacks, which means we gotta hit her 3 times. No idea what's going on with my controller there. I'm not sure whether or not tornadoes count. I don't want to check. I feel this may be another one we're stuck on for a fair bit. I'm gonna start over so we can probably get a better start. That's 1. We gotta hit it 3 times. I kind of feel compelled to just hang back a little bit. Wait for her to catch up and then just immediately thwack her again. We just gotta hit her one more time. Yeah, we were too slow on that one, I think. Also too slow on that one. Too quick on that one. Actually, this might be the play here. Just got to hang back a little bit. Wait for her to pass by and then whack her the second time. Wait for her to pass by the third time. And then just eventually catch up to her, I suppose. There we go, that's 3 out of 3, so now all we gotta do is just make it to the end. I think I just beat you to the punch. Did you just attack me back? Honestly, the manners of some of these people. Okay. Dark Desert, here we go. It's already an hour and we're only getting up to the latter half. Fortunately, though, I think this one is fairly easy to get tricks on. I mean, obviously this one's a no-brainer. And then there's these. Get you a good amount of points. I think we may... Oh. I just remembered. We can just go this way. Just sort of rack up on points this way. Look at that. 28 already. Not sure if that was how it's intended to go, but we did it nonetheless. Then we can just sort of sprint to the end. I think you could actually get some tricks off of the top of these buildings if you really tried. But we don't need to. These really are just the easiest ones, aren't they? Okay, next. What an insult. Okay, I think... I don't really want to underestimate these ones at this point, because... White Cave was sort of a humbling experience in that regard. Well, this is also a pretty humbling experience. I thought you just need to really go for it there. And here. Somehow nailed that. Think that... Yeah, there's another one over here. Not sure whether or not the rest of these will just be on the grind rails, but... Oh yeah, looks like it. Easiest shortcut in the game. Nope, we're going back for that one. That one was certainly sneaky and a half. I do definitely like the this particular mission, though. It kind of feels clever in a way, the way it just makes use of the jump ramps at the start. Just that particular one at the end was just a little bit scummy. You've really got to get it in there. Willing to bet... Yeah, I think the rest are just up here. Easy victory. You gotta wonder, though, how many times that particular cavern just has to open and close. And I can't help but wonder if there's like a switch for it, like you just press the switch and it's all mechanicalized. I mean, I suppose there's that ancient technology in the bottom, so I'm guessing there's some technology involved. Maybe to do these Aladdin-style sphinxes. Oh yeah, you can just go around here, can't you? Somehow completely forgot about that. Mostly because I don't think the game really sort of incentivizes you to do that. It's just, you definitely want to keep off a rough ground. I suppose unless you're a power type. This is like the perfect place for one of those annoying hit 7 blocks in a row to get the treasure sort of ordeal. I'm hoping those are behind us. We just gotta bust through this house. And I think we're good. And I forgot what the mission was there, to be honest. I'm guessing it was time. He looks devastated. Oh, here we go. More air riding. I don't remember this one, so I'm hoping it'll be easy. Also fairly certain we had another air consumption one in this particular level. I think the rest of the family is watching a movie downstairs. Not sure if you can hear it, but there are certainly noises going on, and I can't exactly remember where from. I am thinking, though, it would have been nice, I suppose, if I'd gotten that little thing which allows me to stream GameCube games on their official hardware earlier. But thinking that, it probably wouldn't make too much difference because I'm playing the PS2 version. Or at least I grew up with the PS2 version, which is kind of baffling, to be honest, since all I really played on it for the most part were other Sonic games like Shadow, Gems Collection, and this, which I could have just gotten on the GameCube anyway, so I suppose at the very least I did get Kingdom Hearts, though. I kind of feel I just missed out on a lot of the good PS2 games. Like, I know the Ratchet series was good. Okay, it's just collect rings, okay. No wonder I don't remember this one. It's probably one of the easiest ones I've ever done. Just need to... No, I'm messing up, I'm flubbing up. Like, in terms of, sort of the big PS2 classics, per se, I think the main one I got was the Kingdom Hearts games, like 1 and 2. Which I know a lot of people would say are best in their sort of 2.5 iterations on PS4. I did play them on PS4, I had a blast with them. Of course, then my PS4 died, so my only option is to get them on Epic Games Store, which, no. Either that or on Nintendo Switch Online, which is also a no for me. So I'm just sort of stuck with the original versions without the, quote, good content. Here we are, finally, Sky Road. One of the levels I've been dreading this whole time. Well, if it's any consolation, it's just this, then Babylon Guardian, then Sega Illusion, and then we're done. We just move on to Jet's next stream, which... honestly, I don't think we've been doing too bad for ourselves. Also, I completely forgot it was a round pit. Needless to say, this is one of my least played tracks. I don't tend to enjoy it very much. Also, think I can just, well, it's better than nothing. I think here's where I'm going to be making up the most of my points, though. Nope. Brace yourselves in, folks. We're going to be here for a while. I'm sort of wondering at some point, if I ever do end up making a video, whether it'll come off as funny or not. I suppose that's one of the main things I'm sort of worried about with making videos, whether or not people would actually like them, or if it's lives up to some sort of standard I have, which is kind of odd to think about. Keep saying it like it will happen, yet no idea what exactly I'd even talk about. Oh hey, I managed to get it bang on. Splendid. I remember some missions in this particular level being quite painful though, so it's gonna be interesting watching out for those. So, junk collecting mission. I think this one was fairly annoying. Actually, it reminds me, I kind of have to check what we can actually unlock after this. It has been a little bit. So, immediately one up there. I'm guessing there's one, yeah, right here, which is going to be annoying to get. Okay, no air current I have to worry about. Just have to make my way for the... Honestly, this doesn't seem so bad so far. Maybe it's here where things start to get annoying. Huh. For some reason I remember this being a lot worse than it seems to be. Something doesn't seem right. I remember this being worse than it was. What's going on? Okay. Maybe it was another mission that was particularly haunting. So, just gotta get through here, and then the time limit. Honestly... Yeah, 65 seconds. This may be a little tough. Yeah, these missions so far I've not really had any problems with, weirdly enough. I'm just thinking, you can probably land on that grind rail, but I've never managed to do it. So far, this doesn't seem so bad. Obviously, that's a little bit worrisome. Until, of course, we get to here, in which case, oh. Yeah, I think we're fine. It's a shame we didn't manage to get up the top of that, so... No, I think we got this one. No idea what the Babylon Guardian's gonna be. I kind of forgot all about the Babylon Guardian missions, aside from one in particular. What? That's not what we're here for. I don't want to see that pesky silver. Actually, I want to try something real quick since we're here. Nope. It may help. We're gonna go all the way to the left here, and then just, Yes! Just skip a whole bunch of the first part of the level. Honestly, speed type seems kind of busted on this particular level, just for that shortcut alone right off the bat. So that you can skip so much of a level just that easily. I'm thinking we got this in the bag now. Let's see, how well did I do? Yes. Okay. Now, from what I recall, it starts to get a little... Blue guy's insanely fast. Smash 9 or more objects. Oh, I think it's the 141, which was particularly egregious for me, since it's very easy to get tripped up in this particular level. We may be here a while. Also, the smashing objects thing. Imagine it's also going to be annoying since, like the robots, the obstacles here are quite small targets. Like that, you see? I mean, obviously, it's sort of par for the course, given you started off with, like, the cars in the first couple of levels, Night Chase and Metal City, but those at the very least felt more fair. That and the barrels in the other two levels. I think you just have to really sort of drift into that and hope for the best. Come on. Yeah, I think this may be where it starts to get annoying again, unfortunately. How did I miss that? Can't help but feel I already mentioned this before, but this whole place really does remind me of Night Palace from Secret Rings. Okay. The way the buildings are shaped right here. And I get that it's off the course considering the Babylon Rogues are also Arabian themed. I just find it a just generally quite nice looking aesthetic. There we go. I still missed the third one regardless. Ugh. Yeah, we're gonna be here for a little bit. This one is fine. This one is annoying. And that one's also annoying. I haven't even got past the first jump yet. Sorry, second jump. We haven't even gotten into the meat of the stage yet, and already we're struggling. I know I'm probably not going to have enough time for this, but... Actually, you know what? Let's just see. Yeah, I think... Yeah. That particular section is annoying in the fact that the camera is just so against you. It's like you really gotta be pinpoint with this one. Which is annoying. Like, it would be fine if the thing was just a little bit more to the left, but it isn't. Alright, come on. Come on. There we go. No idea where you need to be for that one on the dash rails. Not the dash rails, you dummy, it's the dash panels. Feels kind of just sort of like a miracle running into that one. This sort of thing is sort of why I never really touched the missions when I was a kid. It's just... some of them, especially the wave missions... There we go. They're just annoying, especially with examples like right here, where the camera's just so against you. Are you coming over like a blind crest? Oh. It's what, 15? Just boost my way for that one. No idea what this last one is. Okay, it's right at the end. Oh, finally that's over. And we can move on to what may be my least favorite mission. I remember being stuck on this for a long while. You're really angry now. Alright, be clever with your gear. Keep over the speed of 140. I think it really is, you just gotta keep up with the dash panels. Like right here. Oh, that felt needlessly excessive. Wait. This doesn't feel right. I remember this being particularly difficult. Why isn't it difficult? I think it's mostly just because I guess because I kept stopping too short before the thing. Maybe I'm just thinking of a particular mission here in Jet's missions. Maybe that's it. In any case, Sky Road is done, finally. Still preferred over the Lost World version. Babylon Guardian. Okay, so far these seem fairly par for the course, though obviously in terms of getting tricks, this may be tricky. Since of course, it's basically just a big oval with like one ramp on it. Should be interesting nonetheless. Like here's obviously where you get the majority of your points. Kind of a feel I may end up just missing something here. And here's where you get the rest of them. If you don't flop like I just did. Yeah, I kind of feel that something definitely is amiss here. Look, there's got to be more here than just these two ramps. Also, doing backflips here probably isn't the most advised. From my recollection, the fastest tricks are just ones to the side. Backflips are the slowest ones, that give you the most height. Forward ones just give you a bunch more momentum. Like there, you see? Easy X. We're going to just speed this up a little bit. It's starting to get near the end. Also, the time limit here seems weirdly strict. Okay, it is just 20 out of 20. You just need to get X's on both of them. Okay, that didn't seem so bad. Honestly, this may be, I don't want to get my hopes up. Okay, don't make any mistakes, that's it. I can't approach a kid without such top-notch skills. She's been bested by a Banui. The true ultimate life form. Also, oh, no idea how this one's gonna pan out. Guessing we gotta be a little bit hasty here, though. Somehow nailed that. Yeah, this doesn't seem so bad so far. Oh, I remember this particular number here. This one was particularly egregious and... somehow missed that one, okay. Like here, you really need to be quick, it seems like. Starting to remember this one being fairly annoying now. Mostly in this latter half when you get all the mines. I think I just screwed myself with that. Yep, ran out of that. It's kind of funny though, because you got all these statues here just giving you more air to work with, and somehow I missed that one. I don't think it's just me getting tired or anything, it's just these particular sets being a little bit annoying. That one's fine. This one... that one's fine. Got that one just fine, and this one... okay. That wasn't so terrible. Try? No. No, 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 no. Okay. I suspect as much. Looks like there's nothing here. Beat within 45 seconds. Seems like something that'll be easier said than done. Oh. You actually have to beat the genie here as well, I forgot. Well, Genie's dead. I just gotta tear through here real quick. As of course, you can't actually beat this without beating the genie. I remember that at the very least. I think I dilly that a little too much though, so... yep, silver. I think it's more so I just spent too much time hanging out in those air rings. Nope. Suppose it is a fairly clever mission though, given the limitations at hand. Just nope. Yeah, that particular part is kind of annoying as well, because the screen just goes white so you can't see anything. You just gotta be nice and economical as we go through here so I don't burn up too much air. That didn't feel as good. Please. Yes! Oh, that felt just by the skin of my teeth. My funny buck teeth. Okay, I remember this one. Get past... Yeah, I remember this one having some funny grind segments on it, which I needed to do a couple times. From what I recall, it starts off simple enough. Then it starts getting a little quirky that goes on. As it goes all around the thing. Look at this, it even goes in between the edges of the track here. Yeah, that one I remember being annoying. The rest of these, though, not too bad given the grinding in this game, which I've already made my thoughts clear on. It's annoying to work with. It's the most annoying out of all the... Oh, this one's gonna be... That one was just lovely. These ones at least don't seem too bad, as of course you got space to work with. It's just super difficult to tell when you're supposed to actually jump off of those, I think. I think it's less so a rail mechanic thing and more just sort of a camera thing. Had my breath held throughout all of that. Okay. That one wasn't as painful as I was anticipating, to be honest. Okay. Things got complicated and that annoyance appeared again. That's how Sonic usually is. Okay, air tank. I remember this one being a little annoying. Actually, I don't remember much of it at all. I think we just have to get on the grind rails and just not do anything major. This thing steers like a cow. I think I'm mostly just holding out till we get to the grind rail, I think. Probably should have gone through there to get that air tank, but let's see how we do here. Please don't make me regret this. Well, we are nearly at full, so I think we got it regardless. Bang. Yeah, the air tank missions are some of the easier ones. Honestly kind of surprised how easy the Babylon Guardian was compared to Digital Dimension. Anyways, time for an encore, methinks. In some parts I expected this to take longer than it did, other times shorter than it did. The missions here are really scattershot. Some of the missions are fairly simple, others just egregiously annoying. Like the keeping your speed up ones, and honestly, the air tank ones and the ring ones are some of the easier ones. Some of the junk collecting ones can be a little bit annoying, but I suppose it's just part of the course with those particular missions. It's just... So far, I would say I prefer doing just Storm's missions over Waves. Just for those speed ones alone. Those ones were just particularly not good. Oh yeah, I'm just remembering there's half-pipes up in the Space Channel 5 area with Space Michael. This really just brings back a whole bunch of memories of particular videos I've seen of this particular game. I'll take it. We just have to land the X here. Nice. I wonder what the start line here actually is a reference to, because I know for Sega Carnival it's a bit more pedestrian. It's like, oh, you're outside in the parking lot, basically. But here it's not as clear. It's just, you're in the illusion, I suppose. No particular Sega theming. There's nothing I can do. Those kids' tricks are perfect. Truly, the bunny is the master of the wind. I remember this one being a little bit annoying, I think. Oh yeah. This one in particular, just gathering particular treasures off of these things is generally annoying. Also, I think there's some particular treasures here which are also tricky to get. Oh yeah, like this one. I remember this one. Just gotta do it like that, I suppose. Just not drift until you're after the corner. I don't remember anything about this particular setting. Oh, I think we're okay. Yeah, we're okay. Needless to say, I do definitely like the Sega missions a bunch. Also, where is this last thing? The last one was just missing. I'm guessing it was in the Choo Choo Rocket segment, but I didn't see it. Well, maybe here a little bit. Hold on. The remainder of these don't seem too bad to get, but that one in particular, no idea where it was. It is kind of funny, actually, that we got levels like this before the Sonic and Sega All-Stars games came out. Like the tennis one and the racing one, and I will admit I do kind of miss the and Sega part of this whole thing. Oh, it was in the middle, okay. Somehow I knew that felt off. Anyway, that's all the treasures we can get, so let's have a look at what we can buy out of our junks. Few of the treasures we can get. Let's see, junks 40, 52, 52, 52, 16. I think we can get powerful gear. We can get a bunch, actually, wow. I think we'll get the fastest. Why not? And we can't repair anything else, so we're just stuck with that one. Maybe I can showcase it off at the end of this, because we're basically at the end already. Reach the goal in 65 seconds. And then after this I can showcase the fastest. I do have a 100% complete save file, so I'm thinking, as a little bonus, maybe I could show some of the more wacky carts. I mean, boards, like the Crazy, or the Hovercraft. As well as the other various, quote, legendary gears, I suppose we can call them. Since this is sort of put alongside the gear that's just called Legends. It's gonna be interesting actually trying those out, because it has been a while. I remember, whilst their stats are fairly good, they do have their drawbacks. Nailed it. Not sure if that just messed up my... Oh yeah, I think that ruined it. Just gotta crawl home, a dead engine. Yep, that ruined my time. kind of sad, really. It's weird, actually. It's only like now, in times it started getting a little bit more strict. Also, I don't really remember a fair few of Jet's missions, so it's gonna be fun going back and recalling what those were. I just remember the last one, which, let's just say, is thematically appropriate. Definitely looking forward to that one. Also, probably not gonna just do that little half-pipe trick. Also gotta say, the rocket there does give you a fair bit of air back. I'm just remembering differently, compared to a lot of the other set pieces in these levels. Level though seems to give you back a lot of air. Okay, you just gotta go through the middle, that's how it goes. I think that should do it. Also, I remembered where those guys are from Sonic Superstars. It's Fantasy Zone. I remember where they're from, I just couldn't remember the name. Okay, smash more objects and hit wave for making us go through this pain. I suppose it's kind of cathartic when you think about it. I'm guessing in terms of smashing things, that also includes the Opa-Opas. Of which there is only one. Sorry, two. How did I miss that? There we go, got that one. Somehow managed to get that one. No, I was gonna say no idea where the yeah, we're gonna have to get the high route in there, I think. Honestly, in hindsight, I'm not sure which ones I prefer most. Or say, like least. The grind rail challenges or the power challenges, because of course you either get small targets, like in a lot of the later levels, or right here, where your targets just move. I think we can just go up here. You gotta be bad for these guys, though. Just Knuckles mercilessly just punching down every single one he comes across. Fairly certain a lot of the power challenges are going to be in the choo-choo rocket segment, though. Okay, just gotta go all the way up here. This one should be fairly simple. Just these ones are fairly easy points. No idea whether I even got that Opa-Opa, sorry. Power. Yeah, I think I missed that Opa-Opa. It felt like I missed it. I didn't see any feedback. These might be the most annoying power obstacles in this entire game. When I say that, they are fairly large at the very least. Like, imagine if you had, like, those Babylon, those Sky Road obstacles, the little tiny blocks which also moved. I'd probably just rip all my hair out. It's kind of sad, really, thinking about it. Just, the only real multiplayer experiences I had of Sonic games was mostly just my sister and me playing Adventure 2 back when we were kids. Then she moved off to the other... There we go, that's all of them. Then she moved off to other things, and I was just sort of stuck here in a pile of Sonic games all to myself, which I suppose is kind of sad thinking about it. Sort of makes me wonder sometimes whether or not I could have been doing... Well, obviously I could have been doing something better. I mean, in terms of games. Directive Jet, eliminate the guy tailing you. Let's finish this wave so I can finally go to bed. At the very least, we'll have done this in the 2-hour time frame. Just gotta break. Hit her again. Break. You really are just sort of taking your time back there, aren't you? Hit her again. Really sort of feels like one of the easier missions, to be honest. At least in terms of getting the gold medal requirements. And yeah, Wave is just in the dust now. Look at her on the map, it's just... he's so far behind now, it's crazy. Okay, I guess now she's starting to rubber band behind me. Should be hard pressed to keep up, though. Since Snick is the name and Speed is the game. I was expecting dash panels to be there. You betrayed me, game. Well, that's all of Wave's missions, finally. Which means Jet's missions are unlocked. We'll be doing that next time. At least in the first half. No intention of being the loser again. I'll fight back even more next time. Sure you will. Sure you will. Yeah, I definitely feel these missions were a fair bit more scattershot compared to Storm's missions. I mean, the first three are just sort of par for the course, but the fourth ones are a little bit more varied, let's just say. And here we are, extras. We have 4 to go with. I will admit I was expecting a few more. Because I know that this is sort of the final battle here. So, given there's only 4, I may end up just doing them all in one stream. But in the meantime, I did say I was going to show off the fastest, wasn't I? So we'll go time attack. We'll go... you know what? I feel Metal City is a good... That's not Metal City. This is Metal City. And obviously, since he is the fastest, we'll put him on the fastest. You know, be a little bit on brand, let's just say. Sort of... So yeah, the thing is with the fastest and the legendary gears, they don't get air back when you do tricks. So you have to just sort of resort to using other stuff. So, needless to say, it is a fair bit harder. I suppose you could just say they're more risk-reward gears, let's just say. They are definitely quite fast. Like, look at this. Go, and my booster was just going 250, which... This definitely feels pretty fast, let's just say. I'm fairly certain, especially with Sonic, since he is technically the fastest character, given they all have... All the characters do have different stats, which are not one-to-one. There are differences in that... Needless to say, Sonic is definitely the fastest of the bunch. I think Storm may have the most power. I'll have to check the stats specifically at some point. Oh, you don't get air back with the trick actions as well. Okay, so you're basically just relying on air regain from capsules. I haven't... I suppose this is sort of really putting your skills from the mission mode to the test. Also, yeah, this is what happens when you run out of air. You just run along the ground if you have the option up until you get to a pit stop, which thankfully does grant you air back. You're just sort of left running along awkwardly if you run out of air, which is sort of why I don't really like these particular boards. Though granted, I mostly have experience with Fastest and Legend, which both suffer from this problem. Like, look at that, you can't even get air back from set pieces. So I suppose these gears are sort of ones which more reward careful air consumption, which the mission modes do technically teach you, which is useful to say the least, but no, I don't want to create ghost data. I want to check that again with the light board, since it is technically the best in the game. There we are, light board. Because it's like, with the fastest, you get up to 250 with a boost, and then just go back down to like 215. With the light board, you're more likely to just stay at 230, even when you're out of a boost. So if we check here real quick, it's kind of weird that I said not to create a ghost data and to create a ghost data anyway. Also nice little bonus with the light board. You actually get your air back from doing basically anything. And look at that! Even when I'm not boosting, I'm at 240. So it's sort of a balance between being able to do faster bursts or just generally being faster overall. Which is sort of why I still prefer the light board, to be honest. Obviously it does have its drawbacks in that you can have your speed easily cut. But I dare say it also sort of rewards good gear skill in the fact that you get to retain your speed as long as you don't hit anything or go over any rough ground. It's just... generally speaking, like, look at my time. Look at the ghost. I'm just tearing ahead. Honestly, I have no idea as to how the light board has been balanced in Riders DX or Tournament Edition, but I'm guessing the light board isn't as overpowered as this. Just look at this. I'm just not holding the control stick and I was just instantly gaining speed. Look at that, just not touching anything, just casual 240. And just blitz across the line, leaving the fastest in the dust. What is this thing? But, yeah, I think that's going to be all from me. Continue without creating ghost data, yeah. That's going to be all from me for tonight. Next week, obviously, we'll be doing Jets missions. I'll have to check if there actually are more than just 4 pages, otherwise we're going to be here not very long at all. Though I imagine the missions are going to get a fair bit tougher. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, that's, it's more just, a lot of it really is just more of the last couple of waves missions on each stage, so we'll see how we do there, but in the meantime, let's have a look at this shop. Well, I mean, I haven't actually tried out the speed balancer. I'll probably have to do that off stream. Ready to trap gear slide booster air broom. Oh yeah, the hovercraft. You know what? Since we're here, we may as well show off the hovercraft. It's the best gear. It's the best gear in the game. We'll go Splash Canyon since that seems fairly on market. We'll go Sonic again because we go here. Gear said to be used on a grand adventure. Come, Magic Cloud! Yeah, it is basically, I don't want to say Flying Nimbus. It's a Journey to the West reference, though obviously most people know it for Dragon Ball. It's a funny little cloud here, but the funny little thing about the hovercraft is, seems fine at first until you hit the control stick, at which point it just goes wherever it wants. So the key to the hovercraft is it has good stats, but you really gotta keep off the control stick. Also, I don't think it's very good at drifting. Honestly, it probably would have been better to put this in Ice Factory, to see how it deals with the ice physics. Yeah, you just gotta be real light on the control stick. Not even touching it. Needless to say, touch the control stick at your own peril. I'm just remembering another video where everyone used the hovercraft like this, and they couldn't barely even control it, just constantly going backwards. And they were also playing on Babylon God, meaning they basically fell off the level constantly. It was kind of a sad display, a great showcase in the fact that the hovercraft is really a meme gear. In that it's looks like it has good stats, but it's a trap. Let's just put it that way. More of a trap than me. Yeah, I figured I wasn't going to be able to get the 100 rings there. It's kind of a shame. Get out of here, Knuckles. It's not your time yet. I know it's technically a year, but Shadow took priority. He's the more popular. Yes, I know it sucks that he replaced you as a rival as well. But I'm not the one who makes the rules. I was gonna say, it would have been amazing if I managed to actually get through that without hitting a single thing. Okay, then we just spam boost over the finish line and we're done. And we see the AI try to control this thing. Look at it go. Anyways, that's gonna be all from me. Again, Jet's mission is gonna be next time, but until then, I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.